It's a rigged trial, a disgrace.
Former President Donald Trump reacting after being found guilty on all counts in his hush money trial. You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Buffa. The verdict was handed down earlier this evening. The jury deliberated about a day and a half before returning with their decision. Outside the court, Trump said that it will be voters who will have the final say.
The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here.
Sherry Einhorn is part of the team of reporters Newsday had at the courthouse. She was there when the verdict came out.
Donald Trump today became the first former president convicted of criminal charges. He was facing 34 counts. He is found guilty of all 34 counts. Newsday's reporter Michael O'Keefe was in the courtroom as the verdict was read. Mike, thanks for joining us. Set the scene for us. What did you see? What did you hear? What's your takeaway?
What was remarkable was we all thought that the judge said, I am going to let the jury go home at 4:30. He came out and said, I got a note from the jury at 4:20 saying that they have a verdict and they want 30 minutes to do the paperwork, and then they're going to come out and deliver the verdict. So when the jury foreman was asked on the first count, guilty, not guilty, and he said guilty, we saw history being made. I mean, it felt like lightning went through the courtroom, and then as it repeated 34 times, guilty on all 34 counts. Two things that struck me was one, that former President Trump looked very, very angry at this verdict. He walked out with a scowl on his face that I have not seen in a long time. He looked very, very upset about this. The other thing that struck me is just, you're looking at these jurors and they've spent all these weeks on this case, and they strike me as ordinary New Yorkers, the kind of people you might see on the subway, you might see on the street, at a Mets game. And, this was a very ordinary group of people delivering a very important and historic message that no one is above the law.
Okay. Newsday's Michael O'Keefe, thank you so much. He was inside the courtroom as the verdict was read. Just to reiterate, former President Donald Trump found guilty on all counts. That's the very latest in Lower Manhattan. I'm Sherry Einhorn for Newsday TV.
So the big question now is, what are the national implications of this verdict? Newsday White House correspondent Laura Figueroa Hernandez explains.
So we're entering what's already shaping up to be a very tight presidential race, and polls showing that former President Donald Trump is gaining ground. So the next question becomes, how does this historic, unprecedented verdict impact the presidential election? And actually, if you look at a lot of polls, in these last 6 weeks or so of the trial, a lot of them show that the majority of voters polled say that this trial is not going to have any impact on their decision. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're hearing about allegations and charges that stem from the 2016 election, and we're hearing about characters that we've heard about since then. Voters know about Stormy Daniels, they know about Michael Cohen, so there wasn't really that shock value, and so we're probably not going to see a lot of dramatic changes in polling when it comes to the presidential race.
Now you can read more about this verdict. Go to Newsday.com, click Get More, below the Newsday TV video box. All right, get ready for road closures and more traffic when the Cricket World Cup comes to town. Police say Hempstead Turnpike will remain completely open, and there will be closures on Park Boulevard and Merrick Ave from about 6:30 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night.
If you're going to be dropped off by rideshare, you could be dropped off wherever your rideshare puts you, but you're going to end up walking to the Merrick Avenue entrance.
Now, general parking will be at the Nassau Coliseum. The game starts on Saturday and runs for 12 days. Now, traffic aside, excitement is building for the Cricket World Cup in Nassau. Drew Scott has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Meet the Raghunath family of Deer Park. They are one of hundreds of Long Island families who originally come from India and love the sport of cricket.
That's the only sport that we loved. And parents thought it was very safe. There's no frisking, there's no, muscling each other. It's a gentleman's game.
Raghu has converted his backyard into a cricket oval. The game has been played around the world since the 16th century and is becoming better known on Long Island since Nassau County erected a cricket oval in March and announced a summer series which includes two of the most famous teams from India and Pakistan.
The whole world plays cricket, except America. You could be thinking safe of your children playing this rather than playing anything else where they could get hurt. You know, basketball is so dangerous, they get, injuries all the time.
We love cricket. That brings our families so close. And, we enjoy. One is batting, one is fielding, one is bowling.
9-year-old Veer and his 3-year-old brother Vijay love the game, played with a bat and ball, but very unlike the rules of American baseball. Veer bats left and bowls right-handed.
It just gives me good vibes, and when I'm playing, I enjoy it because I feel good if I bowl and I get a wicket, or if I'm batting, I hit some crazy amount of runs. It feels good, and it's also very fun.
Raghu is a sourcing manager for a New Jersey firm, and his wife Ramya is a senior accountant. They both would like to see more schools teaching cricket.
This is more like, no-touch game. And, post-COVID, I think it makes even more better sense to play cricket. And what more? I think it should be introduced in the schools. I would,
The entire family will keep playing with the warmer weather, and they plan to be at the Eisenhower Park International Cricket Stadium in June to watch the pros. Drew Scott for Newsday TV.
To find everything you need to know about the Cricket World Cup on Long Island, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. All right, here's what's up on Long Island. See Doja Cat, Offset, Long Island's own Method Man, and more at Hot 97 Summer Jam this Sunday at UBS Arena in Elmont. The Babylon Village Pride Parade is Sunday. It features floats, music, marchers, decorated cars celebrating Pride. It's rain or shine along Deer Park Avenue. Or see the Long Island Ducks. They take on the York Revolution rather, for a home game weekend series. There are post-game fireworks on Friday and games on Saturday and Sunday in Central Islip. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now let's take a look at your super sunny Long Island weather. Yes, we have some sunshine for you, and tonight we are dipping down into the mid-50s. Tomorrow, that's what it says, mostly sunny skies, a bit of cloud cover here and there, but we'll have mostly sun with temps in the low 70s. And take a look at the 7-day forecast. You can see it's going to be a nice dry weekend with sun pretty much for days, and we'll see what happens on Thursday when we get to it.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Bufa. Thank you so much for joining us.